What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Trash Film Home Video. Dave here once again. Decided I'd tell everyone my name. I don't know. So anyway, yes, I know, I'm wearing the same shirt. This is actually a different time of day. I filmed out this morning and then went to work, came home, and do this now. Why change? So this is going to be a tiny update. My process basically is when I buy new stuff, I put them in a watch pile. Unless it's something like, I don't know, something that like I am upgrading, but that I've watched very recently, then I'll just put it on the shelf. But usually, I'm gonna put it in a watch pile, and because I'm still buying stuff that I haven't seen. A lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff, a lot of it I haven't seen. Or I'm buying stuff that maybe I didn't like at one time and want to give another shot, or things that just slipped through my fingers beforehand, things that I'd heard of but I hadn't picked up, or stuff like that. So watch it, decide if I want to keep it, because I don't keep everything. Decide if I want to keep it. If I want to keep it, it goes in the pile to be updated. If not, typically what I'll do is I'll sell it used on eBay for a little bit, less than what I paid for it, obviously, because it's not brand new anymore. But I take really good care of them. So I'll watch it once. If I know I'm never ever going to watch it again, I'm not going to keep it. I know there's a lot of people out there that keep everything they buy. I'm just not one of those people. I kind of like to curate my collection a little bit more, make sure it's stuff that I'm actually gonna, that I know I'm gonna watch again, or maybe something that I feel like, because there's a lot of movies that I'm not gonna watch a lot, but I want to own, for different reasons, just because it may be something that is, a really well-made movie or film that like might not be something I would watch all the time, but it's something I want in the collection. So yeah, basically lately I have been, a lot of stuff that I haven't seen, a lot of that kind of stuff I haven't been having a lot of luck with lately. A lot of stuff I just haven't been wanting to keep. Actually, I have some examples over here. These are things I'm getting. This one's is already, it's up on eBay. Wasn't for me. Just, I kind of found it boring. So I'm not gonna keep it. It's just not me. I don't keep stuff I don't plan on watching ever again. Like, to the people that keep everything they buy, that's how they like to do it. If that's how they like to do it, cool. However you like to enjoy your hobby or your collection or whatever. This one's already gone. This one's already sold. I actually just have to, it's sold today. I have to pack it up and send it out. This one I was hoping that I was going to really like. And I did partly, but I don't think it would ever be anything I'd ever watch again. Flower of Evil, Lose, that's how it's said in the film. It's a cool edition. It's got a double-sided, it's 2 discs, it's got art cards, and it's a really cool release. It's just, I'm never gonna watch it again. It's not a bad movie. It's very well done and very interesting, but it's just not something I'm gonna watch a bunch. So got rid of that. This is another one. It's a great cover, and it's a great like die cut. That is cool. This film sucks. It's just a bore. It is just a bore. I have not seen a slasher quite this snoozerific in quite some time. Just not a fan, and I'm not gonna keep. I mean, this is a cool, like, I mean, the whole thing, I love the back. Like, that just looks, it literally looks like the back of a VHS. This is how they were laid out and everything. It's cool. Great packaging. Terrible movie. Just bad. Just boring. Just so boring. Now, I could see where some people might find this so bad it's good kind of thing. And there might just be people out there that really enjoy it. But here's what I think. I figure I'm never going to watch it again. Why am I going to sit it on my shelf? I can put it on eBay, sell it to somebody that's going to get a better deal on it because it's used. Even though it's literally perfect. Like, don't touch my discs. I take very good care of them. But I can help somebody else out. They get something cheaper than they normally would. And, maybe it'll go to somebody that'll actually enjoy it, actually watch it and like it. So, now on to the real update. Anyway, so I hit a dry spell of things I just haven't been, a lot of the stuff that I've been picking up lately, I know it's not anything that I want to hold on to, so. But first up on the keep pile, or the what goes into the collection pile, I'm using the alternate artwork, and it's also under a different title. That obviously looks really bad. This is it's actually not really a cannibal movie, actually. Anyway, Amazonia, the Katherine story. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think there's any actual cannibalism, but it does, it did try to kind of cash in on that whole Italian cannibal thing that was going on at the time. This is actually kind of more of a tame-ish. I'm sorry, I'm reading the back of this, and I'm like, wait a minute, Michael Sopkiff wasn't in this, but he's in the documentary that's on here, which is also very good. It comes with a full-length documentary, The Last Supper, the final days of the Italian cannibal film, which I'm pretty sure was done by Callum Waddell, who used to do stuff for Arrow, and now he just does, he still does special feature work, but yeah, it's one I really enjoy. It's not too out there. I don't know that there's even really any animal stuff in it. They definitely don't kill any animals. I think there might be like stock footage of like a snake eating something, but like it's like a rat or something. I don't know, but nothing too crazy bad in this. Up next, I don't know why I like this movie so much, but it's The Majorettes. There's probably a lot of people out here that are looking at this and being like, wait a minute, you like The Majorettes, but you didn't like Death Screams? It is what it is. This movie was this was right around when I first got into like slashers, like heavily. And this is one of the first movies that I bought. Like, this is when I was venturing out. Okay, I'm gonna buy stuff that never heard of. Like, this is like this is probably one of the very first blind buys I ever did, when this was on DVD. And it's a weird one. It's fun. It's directed, it was produced by John Russo, who, if you know horror, you know John Russo. John Russo was involved with Night of the Living Dead, involved in writing Return of the Living Dead, and it was also directed by Bill Hinsman, who is the graveyard zombie in the original Night of the Living Dead. So these guys are from the Romero troupe, and this thing's wild. The ending sort of turns into like a kind of an action movie. It's odd, but I really like it. And this is actually put out by Shriek Show, so and from what I understand, they're starting to put more stuff out, so that's interesting. Next, Delta Force, old Chuck Norris. Funny thing about this movie is this really isn't a Chuck Norris movie. He's really not in it that much. and he doesn't really do a whole lot in it. I'm trying to see. There was a lot of people in this movie. Shelley Winters, Bo Svensson, George Kennedy, Robert Forster playing. Never mind. We'll leave that out. But anyway, just a classic 80s action movie. Up next, I was filling in my Vestron collection, and I'm not a huge shopping mall fan, but it's kind of one of those things that you kind of just have to own. I like the movie, but this isn't one that I'm going to watch a whole lot, but I wanted it in the collection. Another spot, Class of 1999, which is a pseudo-ish sequel to Class of 1984. It's actually directed by the same director, I believe. Am I correct? Yes, producer, director. Yeah, Mark Lester. This is a wacky, it's like Class of 1984, 20 years in the future and amped up to 15. Sci-fi kind of horror kind of thing. It's fun. It's a whole lot of fun. I really like it. If you like 1984, it's a different feel, but still very interesting, a lot of fun. RoboCop 3. This was rounding out the RoboCop trilogy. This one done by Fred Decker. It had been a long time since I had seen RoboCop 3. I actually remember, it was probably, last time I watched RoboCop 3, it was probably with that DVD set trilogy that came out a long time ago. I think it was like no, it wasn't the first time it had been released uncut, the first one. Anyway, I'm rambling. This is a very Fred Decker feeling movie. You can tell that this is Decker's work. It's kind of a family-ish, friendly-ish kind of thing. And it works. The movie works, it works. It works for me. I don't know. I'm a fan of all three RoboCop films. This one is definitely the weakest out of the three, I think. Between 2 and 3, I would say this one's a little bit weaker, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. I enjoy it. This one, gosh, I bought this at a pawn shop for like $3 a long time ago. Probably beginning of the summer, end of spring, and just recently watched it. I don't think this is going to be for everybody, but it was an interesting one. One I want to keep, and one I actually want to revisit and see how I feel later on it, because I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this movie. Definitely interesting and definitely worth a watch. Now this is one from my childhood. I'll just tell you a little story. So my grandmother, she had HBO, which at that time, having HBO in your house was pretty, that meant you had a decent amount of money to spend, because HBO was expensive. It's still kind of expensive what is it, $15 a month for HBO now? But it was similar to that, added on to your cable bill every month. And to add a premium channel was kind of not everybody had that. And what she did a lot was she would record stuff off of HBO, movies that she thought I might like, or TV shows, or whatever. And there were these tapes, these compilation VHS tapes of different movies and different TV shows. It kind of went just all over the place. It was just sort of, she had a tape and she'd fill it up with stuff, and however long that took, I don't know. But I think that's where I first saw this movie. I don't know. But it is Necessary Roughness. And And it's I know, it's a football movie. There are a few sports films that I actually like. This is one of them. I had not seen this in years. And the funny thing is that I guess just the way that this cover looks and from the things that I remember, I thought that this was going to be one of those kind of raunchy sports comedies, kind of like, well, it's not in reach, but kind of like the film Major League, which is very crude humor, and it's not what this is. There's really no crude humor in this. There is literally one comment made to a female in this, in a way that's because basically Kathy Ireland becomes their kicker because they can't find a good enough kicker, and she's on the soccer team and she's like really great. But there's a scene designed specifically for the guys to be shitty douchebags like a lot of guys are, and it's actually a very young Jason Bateman who delivers the shitty sexist line or whatever. And the center, who is not on this cover at all, but is prominently in the film, takes a very quick liking to her, and he's very protective. And the second that guy steps out of line, he's like, "Hey, and it's done." There's even a scene where he clears the whole shower room out, gets them out of there, kicks them out, just so she can take a shower, and then he guards the door to make sure that no one else comes in. So it's not one of those movies that's like of its time in the sense of its like crudeness, and it's, if you know what I'm saying. This isn't, I thought this was going to be a movie that I was going to be like, wow, this could never be made today, but it's really not. It's PG-13, and PG-13 at this time was pretty tame. It's a pretty tame movie, but it's just an underdog football story. That's pretty much all it is. Okay, this next one, I don't want to hear any shit. I like The Walking Dead. You don't, great. I don't really care if you do or you don't. I don't really want to hear about it if you don't. I don't care. I'm not here to talk about that. But Orbit was having a used sale, and this was like $6. I didn't even realize it was like this. I just thought it was like a regular case. But this is kind of cool. This is the second season. I'm going to buy all of them eventually. But so, yeah. Anyway. And then to round everything out here, this ended up being longer than I thought because I talked a whole lot. I grabbed Dress to Kill, which I didn't enjoy. Okay, so here's the last one, Body Double. These were two De Palma films. I honestly thought I was going to like this one more, just from the description. And actually, I like Body Double a whole lot more. There's just something about this movie. It's very, it's just sort of otherworldly at times. I really enjoyed Body Double. Like, really enjoyed Body Double. Yeah, extremely well. I enjoyed Dress to Kill too, but not quite as much as Body Double. But yeah, picked up the Arrow edition of Dress to Kill because the only way to get it here is Criterion, and that was like $30, and I got this one for $20. So this one is Region B. Yeah, Region B. So you gotta have all region. This you would think, but no, it's all region. So yeah. Oh, I just knocked it. Oh well. Good. Glad that this is the end. It might be a little shaky. You guys will be fine. And that's it. That's all I got. This video is long, but the update wasn't. I didn't keep a whole lot last month. But October's coming. My Vinegar Syndrome package just shipped, so we'll have a brand new Vinegar Syndrome unboxing soon. For those of you that like those, I'm still thinking of maybe doing like some sort of live something. But I don't know that anybody would even show up, so I don't know. We'll see. But definitely going to be some Vinegar Syndrome content coming soon. I have another few things I'm thinking of doing, but I'm not quite sure yet. Doesn't matter. Anyway, for those of you that like these videos, thanks for checking it out. Appreciate you. And yeah, I hope your Halloween season is however you like it. However you like to celebrate. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.